Yep. Welcome. It's a Sunday, and I think you know what that means. It's time for Urban Politics. Now, I've been on hiatus for a little while. We've been going through all types of stuff, you know what I'm saying, between, the Record Breaker Show and Urban Politics. Good stuff, nothing bad, but just talking about sponsorships and stuff like that, and then trying to find a place that that can, house the show and has that good Wi-Fi. Gotta have that good Wi-Fi to make any of this work, to bring it to you people out there in internet land. So we're getting that stuff together. But while we're doing that, thought to myself, Urban Politics, this summertime, let's go on the road with it. So that's what this is going to be, Urban Politics on the road. So what I'm going to do is hit up people where they're at so that I can get their opinion and talk to them about different stuff that's going on. Back in the day, I'd have them come to the studio and, we'd have a formal interview, and that was great. Lord knows I love it. But hard for people to do that sometimes because people have work. They have jobs and lives. So to pull yourself away from your life and your job to talk to me for an hour, that's not necessarily, conducive to a lot of people's lifestyle. But I can take this handy dandy HD camera right here. It's connected to my cell phone like everybody else has got, especially if you watch the news. I can take that out and I can talk about different issues to people on the fly wherever we're at. So that's what it's going to be, Urban Politics on the go. So let me jump right into it. What's going on is 2016. Who are you going to elect for president? I'm going on record as saying that I support Miss Clinton. Hillary Clinton is the bomb. I love her to death. I love Bill. Only president to bring us 4, that's right, count them, 4 years of a surplus. For those who don't know what that is, that means that's money to blow. Surplus means extra money in the coffers. He's the last president to do that. Most presidents come and go and we have no money in the coffers. George Bush Jr. But I digress. But he is the only president, to leave us money to blow, and actually made America money while he was president. So kudos to him for that. As far as presidential candidates or people who are running to get, the best job in the land, it's not the highest paying job in the land, but I do think it's the best job. It's the most prestigious job in the land, job of chief executive officer of these United States. Hillary Clinton, of course, Hillary Rodham Clinton is running on the left. Some people would jokingly say unopposed because she's so popular, has so much juice. But there are people over there who might give her somewhat of a run for her money. Bernie Sanders, he's over there. Bernie Sanders, he has announced that he is running for president. He's going to pull Hillary way to the left. She needs that. Already she's come out going in on Wall Street, which is funny because her and her husband were, like some of the first Democrats to really, really, really get in bed with Wall Street. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I do mean that how that sounds. They're money Democrats, and that didn't used to really exist so much before Bill and Hillary. But that's not a bad thing. I don't think that you can't be for social issues, social justice, equality for all people. I don't think that if you're rich, it means you can't have those issues at heart. Sometimes I go through Clintonville. I go through Upper Arlington, Westerville. These are very affluent communities that are around Columbus. A lot of times I'll see a vote for Obama poster in someone's yard. Or, someone getting out of a Benz or something has a Obama Biden sticker, or you never know. I mean, there are liberals everywhere, and some of them are rich. So, you know what I'm saying? The Clintons end up doing business with rich liberals. They say that everybody in Hollywood's a big liberal. I wear like a badge of honor. People say I'm a liberal. I am a liberal. I'm way to the left. I'm not as far to the left as some people, but I'm definitely on the left. I'm definitely a Democrat. So it is what it is. Bernie Sanders, we'll see what's up with him. They said that he is drawing out some really good crowds. Crowds that kind of compete with, Hillary's crowds. So we'll see. A lot of people are excited about him. I think a lot of people wanted to see Elizabeth Warren run. Since she's not running, they can't make her run. They can't bait her into running. There's nothing that's going to make her run. They'll take Bernie Sanders. And not to say that he's chopped liver or anything, but or even Elizabeth Warren light, because he's not. I think he's right there with her. So I think that's why a lot of people are like, they don't mind going ahead and just rooting for Barney. Oh my goodness, excuse me, not Barney Frank. That's my dude too. Bernie Sanders. They don't mind rooting for Bernie if they can't have Elizabeth. So that's fine. There's another guy who jumped in on the left. I think his name is it O'Malley or something like that. He was the governor of Maryland, where all the stuff is going down. You know what I'm saying? Where it was going down, all the protests and stuff like that over Freddie Gray. Now, a lot of Republicans, even because this guy's a Republican, have even said, Why was he not in front of that CBS that, is now fixed up or whatever, saying, talking about the social issues there and talking about how if he's president, it's not going to be like that. Other Republicans told me it's because he's afraid. Well, he's an idiot because, like I just said, I can't even really think of the man's name. I mean, he's governor of that state, but he doesn't have name recognition like a Hillary Clinton. But if he did something like that, he'd have name recognition. And he'd have name recognition amongst black people and in the hood. Because we would have respected that. For him to go to that CVS that's smoldering behind him and say, I recognize the pain of these people. I understand the ball has been dropped. But I'm here to let you know, vote for me and I'm going to pick it up and slam dunk this thing. And we're going to make sure the kids in this area have access to jobs, have access to a better way of life. We'd be talking about him right now. That would have made major news and it was easy to do. It's in his state. But I do agree with, like a lot of other Republican critics of him, he's afraid to do that. And a lot of them would say, heck, he's part of the reason things are like that there. So he really don't want to show his face around there. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I think the man missed a golden opportunity for name recognition to get himself out there. But he didn't do it, so whatever. That's the left. Let's go to the right. A gazillion people running on the right. They said there's something like 22 different candidates who have thrown their hat in the ring of, I guess, officially on the right. Now, they were talking about some of the different things that say whether a person will be allowed in their debates, because you can have 22 people debating on a stage at once. I mean, and then it's even shrunk to 18 or 19, and some of those people they kicked off because they're not real, I guess, or whatever. They don't really have a real shot at all. Who really has a shot when there's 19 people on the ticket? But whatever. They were saying that, Bobby Jindal, who is an Indian American and a Republican, and who is also running for president. There's a lady, is it Fiora, I think, something like that. She's running. And there's Ben Carson. So we have a black American, Ben Carson. We have the lady running, and then we have Bobby Jindal, an Indian American. And it looks like none of these three people will be allowed to be in the debates. And that's redonkulous. First of all, Republican Party, let me holler at you for a minute. You need to broaden your tent. The way you do that is letting people who don't look like your regular Republican voter, i.e. white men, get in your tent. So when you have a woman on your side, when you have an African American on your side, when you have a Indian American on your side, you let them be a part of the process. If for no other reason than to say, hey, America, we respect people who aren't white. We don't mind people who aren't necessarily white being in our party. But when you feel like you get what you get. I really think that, for whatever reason, the Republicans who they are going to let debate, they feel like they have that shine, they speak to the party, whatever. They miss a really good opportunity not letting those three people in because they need to have them in the debates. I think they would steer the debates in a different direction where it needs to go, where America wants to hear it go. If these debates are anything like the last ones, it's just going to be it'll be a clown fest. It'll be hilarious. You got Rick Perry up there having brain farts, forgetting what branches of governments he wants to get rid of. You got Mitt Romney, making $10,000 bets. I mean, it was a farce. It was crazy. So they're trying to get away from that. And early on, Reince Priebus, who is the chairman of the Republican Party, he said that he was going to make the debates we're not going to have as many debates because he doesn't want that many opportunities for the American people to see how crazy some of these people are. But in shrinking the debates, now you've taken away some of that opportunity because you got so many people running on the Republican side. If you shrink the debates, they really just don't have a chance to get anything in. They have a chance to be a part of the debates and a part of the conversation. So I don't know what he's thinking about with that. You can't hide the crazy. Let it out. Republican Party's nuts. Let the world see it. And then let them do that battle, get bloody, and then find out who's the last man or woman standing that can run up against Hillary and really get defeated. Anyway, moving on. There's a measure out there trying to get rid of Obamacare. What else is new? The Republicans have been railing against Obamacare since it came out. Now, here's where sometimes messaging screws up reality. In reality, people need health care. People like being able to go to a doctor and not die in the streets because they got sick. Now, in messaging, the Republican Party is, wanted to demonize Obamacare, and they've done a great job about it. Sometimes I'm watching the news, and back in the day, before, this was common knowledge, I heard a female news lady. I don't know her name, and if I did, I wouldn't want to bust her out like this because it was really stupid. But what she said is that she was on Fox, not Fox News or Fox affiliate, Fox News like Jerry Springer, stuff like that. Channel 8. She says, we're going to have a guy on talking about Obamacare, and I can't tell the difference between, the American Care Act and Obamacare. I don't know which one's better. That blew me away. I mean, that was supreme ignorance. Everybody knows those are the same things. But here's a lady who works on the news, reports the news, and she didn't know. But that just shows you how good the right is in messaging. I always say this. Republicans are way better at politics than Democrats. I'm a Democrat. I toe the party line when it comes to Democrats. I am a liberal. I am a leftist. The Republicans are way better at the political game than my party ever was, because they're better at messaging. They're better at slogans. They're better at catchy things that Americans latch on to. Because most people aren't into this crap like me and some of my buddies. They're not political junkies. So all they get is sound bites and little stuff. And Republicans know that, and the right knows that. So they make sure the little sound bites and stuff that they get is demonizing whatever they want to be demonized. But now, if they do win this argument, if they do win getting rid of this legislation they've been railing against, they get to go home and tell their constituents, now you have no more health care because we've railed against Obamacare. We hated this man. We hated his policies. Now one of his policies that's actually helping you stay alive, we've gotten rid of. Now you get to go back to the good old days of healthcare in America where you got sick and died because you couldn't afford healthcare. Stupid. They back themselves into this corner. Now they're sitting somewhere worrying like, oh my goodness, we did all this bad messaging. We might actually win this fight. If we win this fight, a bunch of our constituents will die and blame us for their deaths. Yes, of course. People enjoy getting health care. People enjoy going to a doctor and not dying in the street. So Republican Party, I want to see how y'all handle this. Hopefully it'll get struck down. Hopefully they'll, the Supreme Court will be like, leave it alone. It's good. People are enjoying it. Let's let it go. I don't love every part of Obamacare. I go on record as saying that. I don't love all of it. But I think it needs to be tweaked. Don't get rid of it. Let's just work on it. Let's work on it. There's plenty of programs that the government has come up with. They're not bad programs, but they need oversight and they need to be tweaked. They need work. So let's work on Obamacare and make it perfect. It ain't perfect now, but it's definitely better than what we had, which was nothing. So Republican Party, if you want to get rid of Obamacare, you got to have something to replace it with instead of the nothing, that you have to replace it with. So that is what it is. Urban politics, we just getting started, y'all. The summer is just getting started. It's kind of hot out. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just celebrated a birthday, 39 years old. So guess what? Urban politics is in the mix. We'll be